Hello, little Falkenstein children. Another issue of the intellectual devotional. Alright, this is page 47. It's called the Baroque period. Not broken period, Baroque. The word Baroque originates from a Portuguese word meaning misshapen pearl. Of course it does. This symbol is an appropriate metaphor for the art, architecture, and music of the period, which lasted roughly from 1600 to 1750. It was an era of contrasts. That means different things, like boy and girl, like those are contrasts, they're different, or day and night, or mommy and daddy, these are different. In art, between light and dark colors, see, you got that one, smooth and broken surfaces, I can get that one right. And in music, between loud and soft, fast and slow. It was characterized at first by a simplification of complex Renaissance musical styles, and eventually by ornate new aesthetic structures that seemed a huge challenge to all previous currents of thought. I think it means they mixed up a bunch of stuff, and it was really confusing for people back in the old days, like cavemen. They couldn't understand two things that were different. And so now they got smarter and they said, oh, we can have a broken thing and a fixed thing and put them in together. That might be it. Claudio Monteverdi was the most influential composer of the early Baroque, and his Orfeo is generally regarded as the first dramatically and musically successful opera. And I believe the last, because opera's usually boring. They're singing like la 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 la. Not very exciting. But Baroque, apparently Baroque, they broke the opera in the Baroque period, and that's why nobody likes it anymore. Most Baroque music was based on the dialogue between a supporting musical accompaniment called the basso continuo, usually played on a combination of a chord-playing instrument like the organ, the guitar, or the harpsichord, and a bass-like instrument like the cello, viola, di gamba, or bassoon. An extravagant concerto-like solo line, usually played on a violin or wind instrument, such as a recorder, oboe, or flute. I think that means they played one kind of song like this, and underneath it went boom, 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 kind of funky, like Prince maybe. Cadences or harmonic stopping points were emphasized, and many works were divided into sections that alternated between slow and fast tempos, and further into even symmetrical musical phrases. Regional dance rhythms such as minuet and the guillou were incorporated, and the violin gained prominence because of its versatility, volume, and ability to highlight strong rhythms. Later, Baroque music is characterized by steady rhythm, intense emotion, elaborate melodic lines, and virtuoso demands on performers. That means you had to be really good to play Baroque instruments. See? Because it's harder to play a broken instrument than a fixed one. That's what that means. In the Baroque, leading male roles in operas were often performed by castrati, singers who had been castrated before puberty to maintain their high vocal ranges. Holy cow, no wonder you don't want to sing opera. Never sing opera, boys. Never, ever. Because otherwise, it would hurt. Trust me on that, I believe. Castrati were noted for their ranges, power, vocal flexibility, and breath control, but not for their luck with the ladies, guarantee you. The early Baroque emerged in the writing of Italian composers Monteverdi and Cavalli, but the style eventually spread to England, France, and Germany. In the Italian High Baroque, Arcangelo Corelli and Antonio Vivaldi wrote beautiful, complex concertos, while in Germany, George Philipp Telemann and Johann Sebastian Bach competed to be the Meister of church music in parishes and royal courts all across Europe. Did you know that the choir boys of St. Paul's Cathedral in London, the largest Baroque cathedral in Europe, were often kidnapped by choir masters from other groups and forced to sing for the competition? Boy, I think if we learned anything about Baroque music, is that you don't want to get involved, because you'll be kidnapped, castrated, and you have to sing opera, and you're not going to get chicks. And I think they stopped doing it. So, whoo! That's it for today on Intellectual Devotional. See you again next time. Bye!